Hi, I'm Susan Renn. Although only my mother calls me Susan, my colleagues, my students, and my friends all call me Suzy. I work here in the biology department. I'm a professor of animal behavior. Since you can't come to campus, I thought I'd show you my part of campus. So here we are in the basement of the biology building. We're in the basement because I study fish, right? So I said I'm a professor of animal behavior. Well, I study the behavior of fishes. And let's go on in and see my fish. So all of the biology faculty at Reed have their own research space. My research space is a large fish facility. In this fish facility, I have African cichlid fish. I have about 5 different species right now, and I'm interested in studying how behaviors evolve and how different species have different behaviors. They're all hiding right now. In some of these species, the males are aggressive. In other species, the males take care of the eggs. We try to understand what goes on in the brain and the hormones of these animals when they're aggressive or submissive, or they take care of young, or they defend a territory. Here's another species that I study. It's also an African cichlid fish. And most of the people who study these fish study the males. It's a bright yellow male right there, and over here is a bright blue male. The males are territorial and aggressive. But I'm most interested in the females. And the females, some people think they're not as interesting, but in fact, they brood their eggs in their mouths. They drop their eggs and pick them up, and they develop in their mouths. And that's what I study. I have funding from the National Science Foundation to study how that behavior evolved, and I have funding from the National Institute of Health to use this system as a model for human metabolic diseases, trying to understand how that female holds those eggs in her mouth for 2 weeks and starves while she loses a ton of body weight, but she doesn't eat. When I say I do this research, what I really mean is that the students who work with me do this research. So I take these projects into my upper level animal behavior class, and we study these animals. We look at hormones, we look at gene expression, we study just behavior, manipulate the social situation and see how that changes the behavior. And the students do all of this work in class and in thesis and also during the summer. I usually have 4 or 5 students working with me all summer long. Over the years, I've had almost 100 students total and probably about 60 thesis students. If you're a thesis student in my lab, you'll end up putting your handprint on my fish room door at some point. And while each student has their own project, every year we work together as a lab group, reading each other's theses, commenting on each other's talks, generally supporting each other throughout the year, and we have a lot of fun. While most of the thesis students that I mentor work in my lab on the fish that I study, many have also brought with them their own data, like Noah, who studied lobsters, or Michael, who studied whales. Over the years, many of them have gone on to graduate school. Molly is now a professor at Stanford. Quinn is a postdoc. Others have gone on to do different things, like library science. Evan and Katrina. Others worked in museums, like Nisa. Many are teachers. Many are doing medical school or finished medical school and are now doctors. I always tell people that there's many places that you can do research, but if you come to Reed, you will do research. And if you're interested in the kinds of research that you can do with me or other people in the biology department, please don't hesitate to look me up. Shoot me an email. We can set up a time to Skype or Zoom or WhatsApp or FaceTime, whatever works for you.